Hi, it's Jim with Root Pouch. I'm at our Hillsboro, Oregon facility. And a lot of times we're asked a simple question: what makes Root Pouch different than the other fabric containers that are on the market in the industry? I think the main thing about what we do is that we actually take plastic water bottles, we melt them down. This is exactly what we get. This is nothing more or nothing less than a plastic water bottle once we've processed it. So this is the fabric that we actually make all of our material out of. Now, we may add other things to it later, like natural fibers and whatnot, but that's the base or the core raw material that we use when we're making a root pouch. There are some, or a lot of them out there, that are petroleum based. We don't do that. Now, is that important? Well, I don't know. You know, it may be important to you if you're doing edibles or medibles, and we have a video on that. You might want to go check out that video. You know, as everything else about them, I think is the main thing about root pouches. Because we make our own fabric and everyone else buys them on the open geotextile market, the importance there is that we can change the densities, we can change the colors. When it's in a liquid state, we can inject dyes that are safe, but that's how we get our colors. The other guys really can't, a lot of them can't do this. And a lot of times they'll say, do you really need that? And I think sometimes maybe they're saying that because they can't do it, I don't know. But the bottom line is what you see is what you get. We have a lot of selection at Root Pouch because, again, we control the raw materials. And I think that one of the main things I want to go into is the most important thing that's different about Root Pouch and all the other geotextiles out there is you can go on everyone's website, including ours, and you can go across the board and learn about how these will prune roots. Remember, fabric pots are far superior at root production and root formation than any plastic pots that are out there. We all know that. But what's the difference in the two fabric companies? This is one of our competitors. This is a Root Pouch fabric. They look the same. They almost seem like they act the same. There is a huge difference. The weave, the way these are made, the density and the weave structure allow root pruning done by air pruning. Now, you've heard this phrase a lot. It's called air pruning, meaning that the roots go through, they squeeze through, they feel the air on the other side. In a can yard, you've got a pot sitting there in a can yard, and when the roots start to come through, they feel the air and they retract. They stop growing. This causes the plant to send more roots. It's exactly what you want. Air pruning does a great job. Ours do not air prune. Ours are entrapment pruning. This is something that is because of the weave structure that we've created. We're, as far as I know, the only fabric company out there that prunes through entrapment rather than air pruning. Now, what is the difference? Well, if you're doing a can yard grow, if you're above ground grow, where air is on one side of the pot, the results are about the same. You're going to get a perfectly pruned, high, dense, fibrous root structure that's real healthy and really strong, ready to explode into its next environment. It's great. You will have some problems, or think about it, if it needs air to prune. Well, if you want to go to an in-ground grow, it's kind of defeating the purpose. There's no air on the other side. If it's in the ground, there's dirt here. So the root doesn't air prune. It continues to try to get through. So it kind of is not designed, this one, or any of these that say air pruning, not designed for that, or actually for pot and pot. It just doesn't make sense because they need the air to prune themselves. To find out more about that, go to our in-ground grow and we can explain that in detail. But if you're going to go in-ground, I personally recommend only Root Pouch. Do not go to something that air prunes because you're not giving it air like you would in a can yard. Thank you.